Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Today we're talking gardening. I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff about our garden, talk about a bunch of different ideas, a bunch of different ways we're gardening and producing our own calories. But first off, I wanted to show you this. You can see how full it is. This is all the seeds we still have left for this year. They're all into bags of all the different kinds of seeds. So we got a lot of seeds left. You can see it's fill up to there. Those are all going to be, they're probably not all going to be used in the garden this year. Obviously, that's a lot of seeds. But having a seed stockpile is very important. And these, what we do is we use the oldest ones, as well as the ones that we harvest from our own garden. So that is a very good idea. Harvesting seeds, talked about that in yesterday's video, whether you should let your stuff go to seed or eat it. And it's both is the answer. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'm trying editing for the first time. So I was able to take it much easier. I was able to do this video in chunks and then put it together and form a video for you guys. So I hope you like it. Please subscribe, hit the like button, ring the notification bell, share the videos, do all the things to help the channel. I would really appreciate it. And spread the love to other prepper channels. And if you want to mention, name drop my channel while you're around other prepper platforms, some are more understanding than others. But don't be pushy about it. But spread the love about all the channels. Let me know what your favorite channels are also in the comment section, and I'll check them out. I'll go subscribe to them probably, and talk about them maybe. I believe in spreading the love, growing the community. Anyway, I hope you love this video. Have a wonderful day. Okay, and so part of gardening is composting. Very, very good for your garden. So what I got here, I got a bucket of compost. These are some avocados went bad, so I just cut them all up. There's some lettuce in there, onion peels, and yes, the toilet paper rolls. Those will compost because they're just cardboard. And then this also came in some packaging today, in an Amazon package. It's just, perforated cardboard basically. So that'll compost also. So here's one of the compost things. As you see, we got a bunch of stuff in there. So I'm just going to throw the bucket in there real quick and easy. Just one. So that is the bucket of compost I dumped in there. What I'm going to do with this is I turn it every once in a while and everything. What I'm going to do is right over here, probably next to this tree, between this tree and this raised bed, I'm going to build a little thing there to basically make a big compost pile. So I'll be building that pretty soon. And this won't be in a trash can anymore because that's not ideal. So I'm just going to build something in there for compost because it's very good for your soil. This is one of our gravel pathways, as you can see right there. That is all rocks that we got out of the raised beds and the soil and the garden. So, and I'll go over here and you can see the other one we started here. When we're all done, said and done, we're going to have gravel pathways everywhere. So it'll look really nice in between the raised beds. This raised bed, the latest addition, is almost all covered in dirt now. We need to add probably another 2 wheelbarrows full of dirt that we dig up from around the property to have that topped off. Then we'll be able to plant it. Our first baby peas growing up. There's one right there. There's 2 and 3. So those are our first 3 peas in our pea family. This is our soon-to-be garden plot. We got covered up with cardboard all the way down, and it goes another 10-15 feet that direction. What we're doing is here is covering it with cardboard to kill the weeds. Then we're going to bring in a rototill all that up, and this stretch along here is all going to be squashes and cucumbers. This is an example, one of the things I love about gardening. Things that just grow all the time. These onions grew all winter long. They were covered up in 2 feet of snow at one time for, I don't know, a couple days, a week or something like that. And they just continue to grow. They seem to love this ground. See, it's underneath a fir tree. And these fir needles, I just leave them here. Every once in a while I collected up a bunch, and there's a pile of them right there, and I put more in the compost bin right there. And some in raised beds for good compostable material. But yeah, so I removed quite a bit, but they seem to love it. So that may be an indicator, like I say all the time, I'm not a master gardener. I'm learning as I go. But they love the soil. And what was originally put in that bed was a garden mix. It's 50-50 topsoil and steer manure compost. So that's what that one was. A lot of my raised beds are garden mix 50-50 topsoil and mushroom compost. But this one's a little bit different. And these onions are loving it. I cut these onions all the time. We got so many green onions, it's hard to keep up with in cooking. So we're going to start drying them, I guess, because right now and upcoming as they produce more, I'm just going to have to start drying them. Another example of things that just grew up. If you can see these are corn, and there's some more right there growing up. Those, and there and there and all over the place here, corn. Those were planted by our friendly neighborhood squirrels. His name is Chonky, by the way. He's our favorite. So we feed him this mix, and a lot of it has field corn in it. So this is field corn that's growing up. So I may or may not let it live. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, also spinach, and I believe there's some, yeah, that's Swiss chard, and I believe that is Swiss chard over there. That just grew back from last year also. So I love things that grow back. Makes less work for us, right? That's what we want. Things that are easy and sustainable. No, it's not much. It's not that exciting yet, but this is another update. See those 3 little plants coming out there? That is lettuce starting to come up. So, and then over here, there's another one right there. That's pretty much, I think there may be 1 or 2 more around this area here, but it's just a little area here. I'll back up the view so you guys can see it. It's just off my front porch. And that's where we put some lettuce and kale. Alright, here's an example of a container gardening method. This is just a clay pot that I put in some honeydews. I put 4 seeds in there, so we'll see how well it works. Around here it doesn't really get hot enough and sunny enough to grow melons well, so I'm trying some different things. Hopefully this pot will absorb enough heat this year to produce some good melons. And next to it is my princess's flower garden, who I'll show you guys here. Some things are starting to come up right there, so we're going to have some pretty wildflowers. That's a big wildflower mix that we planted right there. And here is another plant that grew from last year. It grew all winter. This is Brussels sprouts, but as you can see, it grew up and up and up and up. So I don't know if it's just in the bolted stage or if it'll actually produce some Brussels sprouts. I'm hoping that it'll actually produce some Brussels sprouts. Here I'll kind of close in on this section here, right about there. Yeah, you can see some, if we can get it to focus, see some little Brussels sprouts forming. Yeah, so it might. I don't know, I'm hopeful. Well, this is another example of a random area. This is stuff, we've kind of planted stuff here in the past, but some of the stuff, it just grows back year after year. So these, I forget what these are going to be. I think these might have been cabbages that I planted, but when we had some workers over, they didn't realize what they were stepping on, and they're crushed now. So those may regrow back. And there's another example of one right there. But there's another cool things is you can see right there, potatoes. That is also potatoes. So I love things growing at random. Let's go look over here. There's another one that they stepped on. So I don't know, that may live or may not. But here's 2 right here, amongst all the weeds. Yeah, I haven't gotten to weed this area yet. So, yeah, eventually we'll take care of this area a little bit better because it does grow some stuff. Just randomly, mostly. Let me see. Yeah, right here. Okay, next to the mole hole, of course, we see a plant that looks like broccoli, maybe. But it's good to have an area. This is an area we used to. This whole area here you can see on film right about there used to be just our compost heap. So that's why a lot of this stuff just grows back year after year, because it wasn't really an effective compost heap. It never really got to temperature right and stuff like that. We just kind of threw stuff here, and then it became really good soil though. It eventually worked its way down, and it grows, randomly grows stuff. So that's a bonus. Alright, so I know I showed this a minute ago, but I just want to show you guys a little bit more. We got this whole area covered in cardboard, but it's going to be about twice as wide. So it's going to come out from there all the way over to probably right about here. So it's going to be all that area. So that's going to be about 12, 14 foot wide by, oh, I don't know, that's like probably 30 feet. So I just wanted to give you an update on that. We're covering it with cardboard now, and then we're going to get to rototilling. So some people asked where we get our soil from for the raised beds. Well, this is one of the sources. This is going to be a root cellar-ish area that we're going to kind of work on over time. But as you can see, we get a lot of rocks out of there also for our paved walkways. So yeah, this is, and you can see how the different layers of soil, the different colors you can see down in there, especially right here. You see that light brown and then darker brown down to there. You eventually get to sand though, so we can't go too deep. And what we're going to do is, this hole is kind of round right now. We're going to kind of square it off, and then maybe use some cinder blocks and some concrete and stuff like that, and build ourselves a root cellar. But right now, that's where we get a lot of our dirt. Like when I say dirt from around the property, we're hauling buckets from here, dump it into the wheelbarrow, take it to the raised bed, filter out as many rocks as we can, and use it because it's good soil. Hey everybody, so I hope you liked the video of all the different stuff in the garden, everything like that. I hope that you're prepping a little every day. And remember, prepping out of peace of mind, not out of fear. I get it, all the channels that sell fear, all the channels that do all the clickbait titles, all the channels that have the fancy, screens and stuff like that, get a lot of views and a lot of subscribers. Cool, that's fine. I'm just doing my thing, continuing to put out good, relevant, useful content for those of you that really want to actually do the things. So I hope that you guys like the channel. I hope that you do all the things, subscribing, doing all that stuff. I really appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome. And if you really want to support the channel, check us out on Patreon. Link is in the description below. And Amazon storefront. Yeah, check out the links in the description below. Emails there, everything, a lot of stuff's there. Anyway, have a wonderful day and blessings to you and yours.